One of the downfalls, I guess, if that's the right term, of me doing TikToks the way that I do, it's like I never make notes. I don't make outlines, things. There were a couple, click through for context on this comment. There were a couple things that I forgot to say, so I'll make a follow up video. You know, the reason, I think the foundational reason why we are where we are as a country right now is because we have the First Amendment and we have a completely failed public education system. And so you get this just proliferation of the Dunning-Kruger effect with people who don't know the difference between there and there, or two and two, thinking that they know more than people with PhDs about the subject area in which those people have their PhDs. And another thing, it's like, because of a lot of the things that have happened to our media over the last 30 years, we really do have a populace and electorate that is profoundly uninformed about the reality of certain things. And they're also overwhelmed with the apathy of, I think, being an American and just waking up every day thinking I live in the most amazing nation that's ever existed on the history of the planet, and just coasting on that, not realizing that constitutional republics require participation, and they require informed participation. And it's like, I was talking to one of my relatives outside of Philadelphia yesterday, Thanksgiving in the afternoon, and we were talking about the last election, and and he and his wife were public school teachers forever, and retired as public school teachers, and we were talking about those things combined with just selfishness, just flat out selfishness and ego. And it's like, Trump voters who voted for him for the economy, knowing that he ran an openly, explicitly, unapologetically racist, misogynist, bigoted, transphobic presidential campaign, knowing what the people who are coming into his administration are going to do to the trans population in this country and trans kids, what they're going to do to 15 million immigrants in this country, knowing the harm, like using the power of the federal government to harm people, to hurt people, to hurt people's lives, in some cases to destroy people's lives. That these voters were okay with that as long as they could save 50 cents a gallon on gas. I will go along with all of these unconscionable things that are going to be done to other human beings within the United States of America if my gas is cheaper, if my eggs are cheaper, if my 401k goes up. And that, I think, among so many bad things, I think that's been the worst thing for me. Is it's like people, there are tens of millions of people in this country who are so incredibly selfish regarding their own economic station in life, that they are willing to put into power someone who has said he wants to be a dictator and is going to use the power of the federal government to hurt people who are different than them as long as it benefits them economically. It's just disgusting. It's just unimaginably disgusting. And so it's like, I mean, I saw this MAGA guy, talking about his relatives uninvited to him, and he was very intelligent, very well spoken, but he was like, it was because I made my politics public. And I was like, God, you guys always skip over the most important part. It's not because you made your politics public, it's because of what your politics are, because of what your political beliefs are, because you're okay with all of that shit as long as you save money on gas and eggs. You're saying if the cost, if my grocery bill goes down, then I'm okay with what's about to happen to 15 million immigrants in this country being rounded up by the military. If my 401k goes up, then I'm completely willing to go along with what the incoming administration is going to do to trans kids and trans people in this country and the LGBTQ community. Yeah, I'm out.